Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Real Reviews by Luke Prop, and today we'll be talking about Bartley View, right? One of the latest new launch that is coming up soon. And if you're one of those buyers that's really excited about this project, watch on and let's get into it. So if you're new here, we usually do these reviews based on these 5 factors: location and connectivity, development quality and facilities, competitive pricing, rental yield, and stack selection, right? So for the first point. So first off, location and connectivity. Now if you look at the map here, we are actually seeing that Bartley View takes up this triangular piece of land, not the entire piece of land, but a portion of this triangular piece of land. And it is about a 5 to 7 minutes walk away from Bartley MRT. Bartley View is zoned under District 15, but make no mistake, Bartley View is in the RCR region, right? If you see URA space here, Bartley View in this address, right, is actually in the Toa Payoh planning area under the planning subzone of Joo Seng. So it is in the central region and it is zoned as a rest of central region RCR area. So as I said earlier on, you can see that Bartley MRT is actually a 5 to 7 minutes walk away from Bartley View, and the entire stretch of road is actually sheltered, so you don't have to be scared of rain, sun and whatnot, right? And as I said earlier on, it is this triangular piece of land, but if you can see here, the actual land size of Bartley View is actually from here, this trapezium shape. This is called a trapezium. Any case, this triangular plot at the tip of this piece of land is actually a park, it's Bungai Rampai Park. And the entire development is bounded by Bartley Road and Jalan Bunga Rampai. Okay, in my opinion, this area is actually pretty good. If you are talking about in terms of connectivity, I already told you just now, Bartley MRT is just 5 to 7 minutes walk away. And the thing about this area is that it is within 3 stops of 3 MRT interchanges, right? The first one is Bartley MRT, right? One station up here is at Serangoon, right? Serangoon is an interchange between Purple Line and Circle Line. 2 stations downwards, as you can see, is McPherson MRT. McPherson MRT is an interchange between Downtown Line and Circle Line, and one more station downwards, you will have Green Line and Circle Line interchange at Paya Lebar MRT. So in terms of connectivity to every part of Singapore, I think it's still pretty connected in terms of the MRT line. So other than MRT, you can see that the project here is about a few minutes drive from CTE at the left side here, and also a few minutes drive to KPE along here. So if you want to get to town area, get to the CBD area, north side, to the east side as well, it's very convenient. And other than your expressways and your connectivity, if you're talking about schools, there are a few schools around here. One is Maristella High Primary. You also have Maristella High Secondary. Within, also a little bit above 1 kilometer, you have Cedar Primary, Cedar Girls Secondary School. Alright, at the top here, you would have your Paya Lebar Methodist School as well. And also, if you're talking about food, shopping, just beside you have these shop houses that can take care of your everyday needs like eating, shopping for groceries, so on and so forth. But if you really need somewhere that's really big, one station down, like I said earlier on, is Serangoon MRT. So next mall is just beside Serangoon MRT. Also, in terms of transformation, there are a few that spring to mind when you're talking about transformation of the area. And the first one we can talk about is Defu Industrial Area. And I've spoken about this in a few of our reviews, namely I think Florence Residences and also Pasir Ris 8, whereby Defu Lane is undergoing a transformation as well, as you can see here, the Defu Industrial Estate, as well as the Tai Seng Industrial Estate over here. So there are some changes going to be happening in the Defu area. Another area we are going to be talking about is just beside Defu Industrial Estate, which is this Paya Lebar Air Base, which will start relocating from 2030. So if you are talking about any transformation that's happening around here, although it would benefit the properties just around the area, for example, Bartley View here, it will be quite a long time from now, because if they start relocating in 2030, it will at least take another 5 to 10 years for them to be able to build anything around there. So if you are buying for short-term capital appreciation, Paya Lebar Air Base might not be a very big selling point, but if you are buying for the long term, this will definitely help you out in your capital appreciation. Now, other than these 2 areas, another growing residential area that I'm going to be talking about is Woodleigh area, which is really just a few minutes drive away from Bartley View, which is this Woodleigh area. And as you know, Woodleigh Bidadari area has been growing quite massively in terms of its residential area. A lot of BTOs have been building around there. You have your integrated mall with Woodleigh MRT in the form of Woodleigh Residences. The earliest that will meet is MOP, is actually this cluster right here, which will MOP in 2026, which is roughly the same time when Bartley View will achieve its TOP. So when you collect keys and you're looking for an upgraded market, people who want to buy your big units, right? It will probably come from these HDB clusters around here starting from 2026. It's always nice to know that there's upgraded markets, HDB upgraded markets to fall back on as well for those bigger size units. So one big downside, however, is that Bartley View is situated right next to Bartley Road. Now 50% of Bartley View is actually facing Bartley Road, and Bartley Road is usually quite a busy road, especially during peak hours. So you can expect some kind of noise pollution coming from the road from time to time, especially during peak periods. So gathering all these different factors, my score for location and connectivity will be 3.5 over 5. Okay, next, development quality and facilities. The developer is WeHer Holdings, and WeHer Holdings has been a long-time player in our Singapore's real estate scene, 41 years to be exact. However, they are mainly known as a main con, not as a developer per se. But they do have residential properties built under their name. Namely, if you are talking about private properties, is Urban Residences, Villas at Gilstead. You can see here Park Centros is the latest one in Punggol. And Park Botania is actually a new launch that has already been fully sold, not built up yet, so we don't know what the quality is like for Park Botania. And this one here, residential development at Jalan Bunga Rampai, is exactly Bartley View. So out of these three that has already been built, Park Centros, Villas at Gilstead, Urban Residences, two of them have achieved DCA quality mark, which is Urban Residences and Park Centros at Punggol. So Bartley View has 115 units. It's a very, very small project because it takes up a very small piece of land only. 115 units, and to be honest, there are not a lot of facilities. There are a total of 19 facilities they are saying here, but the main ones that you really need are already there. Things like gym, you have your fitness corners, you have your BBQ pavilions, you even have a 30 meter slab pool, not your full 50 meters, but it's understandable because the space is not very big. You have function room, which I said earlier on, and yeah, basically whatever you need in a project, I think it is still quite impressive that they are able to fit all these facilities into such a small space of land. But if you were to compare with projects like Bartley Ridge, Bartley Residences, Botanic at Bartley, right? Botanic Bartley is by UOL, the other two are by Hong Leong and CDL. People will generally be more impressed with the other three bigger size condos because number one, the branding is there in terms of its developers. Usually they'll come out with very, very good quality. And if you were to visit any of these condos, they indeed have really good quality to their products. And number two, because of the size of the piece of land, you wouldn't have much facilities in Bartley View as compared to the grand facilities you have in these three big projects. Also, because it is a smaller project, do expect maintenance fee for Bartley View to be higher than the other three bigger size condos around it. So in summary, although the developer has had a long history being a contractor and also a developer for three different projects up to now, two more that hasn't been built yet, but because of the size of it and because of the lack of examples that we have from this developer, I can't give it a really high score, although it is really encouraging that they have two projects with DCA quality mark, but the score I will have to give for this is 2.5 over 5. Okay, now on to competitive pricing. Now if you're looking at this area, there aren't a lot of new launches that we can compare to it. One of the few new launches that are there are the Gazania and the Lilium. Alright, but do take note, Gazania and Lilium, these two projects are freehold projects, whereby Bartley View is a 99-year leasehold project. Now, indicative pricing from developers are likely to be starting from 1,700 plus per square foot. So if this is a starting price, I'm expecting the prices of Bartley View to be between 1,008 to 2,001 per square foot. So let's compare that with Gazania and Lilium. Now these two projects, like I said, they are freehold projects. And Gazania is selling right now at between 1,008 to 2,002 per square foot, whereas Lilium is selling between 1,008 to 2,001 per square foot. So if indicative pricings do hold true for Bartley View, you can see that they are actually pricing themselves at similar or if not the same pricing as Gazania and Lilium. Now if you were to compare freehold versus leasehold at the same price, I think people would also prefer freehold properties. Now because we don't have 99-year leasehold new launch immediately within this area of Bartley, I can only use the recently built ones like Botanic at Bartley, Bartley Residences and Bartley Ridge as comparison. So Botanic at Bartley is currently selling at 1,004 to 1,006 plus per square foot, and Bartley Residences and Bartley Ridge are between 1,003 plus to 1,006 plus per square foot. This means that Bartley View right now is pricing itself 400 to 500 per square foot, higher than all these nearby competitors. So the question you really have to ask yourself is, if there is a resale buyer next time coming into this Bartley region and they are comparing between these four properties, Bartley View, Botanic, Bartley Ridge and Bartley Residences, number one, would they like the other three projects better because of the bigger size, more renowned developers? And if they do like those better, would they pay such a high premium for Bartley View if they were to make the choice? Also, if walking distance is a factor, we all know that Botanic and Bartley, Bartley Ridge and Bartley Residences are closer to Bartley MRT than Bartley View is, right? So do take that into consideration when you're actually purchasing your unit. Don't go for a per square foot that is too high. Don't reach until 2001. If you're really looking to buy something there, go for the cheaper per square foot because the sizes there in terms of their unit layout sizes should be practically similar. That should be pretty similar in terms of, because they're all new. Now, other than just the Bartley area, we can also compare ourselves, because if you really want to compare with a 99-year leasehold new launch, we can also compare with Woodleigh Residences and Park Colonial. Alright, these are in the Bidadari Woodleigh area, and if you can see here, both these projects are very close to MRT. In fact, Woodleigh Residences is an integrated development with Woodleigh MRT. So what are the prices? Park Colonial right now is selling between 1,007 to 2,001 per square foot, and Woodleigh Residences is selling from 1,009 to 2,002 per square foot. What does this mean? This means that Park Colonial is essentially the same price or might be even cheaper than Bartley View, but its location is slightly better. And Woodleigh Residences, which is an integrated mall, I think it is more attractive as a project, is only slightly more expensive than Bartley View, about 100 per square feet more expensive than Bartley View. So you have to take all this in mind when you're searching for a unit there, because in the future, if you were to sell, buyers that will be looking in this region will be comparing all these price differences with all these different attractiveness of the project itself. So with all these factors in mind, my score for competitive pricing will be 2/5 if indicative prices do hold true, which, to be honest, I do think that they will be around this pricing, because if you look at the break-even price for Bartley View, it is about 1,525 per square foot for the developer. So the price range will give them about a 15 to 25% profit margin if they were to sell between 1,008 to 2,001. Okay, so next, rental yield. Now for the good news first, if you look at the surrounding properties, right, Botanic and Bartley, Bartley Ridge, Bartley Residences, you can see that the rental volume is pretty healthy, right? This is about 20 to 35% of the projects here that are being rented out in the last 12 months. That is actually attributed to its positioning. You can see that very close to all these projects here is the Tai Seng industrial area, as well as the Defu industrial area. Right, just now we were talking about it, Defu industrial area. And just now when we were talking about the MRT, 3 MRT interchanges within 3 stops of Bartley MRT, this is a very convenient location to be at if you are getting to work. Right, so the tenant pool here is pretty strong from all these areas, and there's a very good reason for us to be able to find a lot of tenant pools within a short distance away from Bartley View. So that was the good news. Now for the bad news. If Bartley View is really launching from 1,007 plus per square foot, having an average of 1,008 to 2,001 per square foot, we can expect the two bedders to be between 1.2 to 1.4 million. So we take a look at the rental. that was done for all 3 other projects that are around Bartley View. Bartley Residences, right, you can see that the rental is between 2004 to about 2008. Bartley Ridge as well, about 2004 to 2009, right? Botanic at Bartley, easily 2004 to also about 2008, right? So the range of rental for these 3 projects are from 2004 to 2008. And factoring that they are all closer to MRT, bigger projects, better facilities, I won't expect Bartley View to achieve a higher rental than these 3 other projects. So if you were to be conservative and use 2004 to 2008 based on a 1.2 to 1.4 million purchase price for a 2-bedder, we are expecting rental yield to be between 2.3 to 2.4%, which is okay, not too bad. But if a rental tenant were to come into this Bartley area and they were to choose a project for them to be staying in, for renting in for a period of 1, 2 or 3 years, they would likely consider the 3 bigger projects with already good quality there, closer to MRT to rent rather than Bartley View. So in terms of rental yield, my score will be 2.5 over 5. So now for stack selection. Now this will be pretty straightforward, pretty easy because it's a small development, only 8 stacks. So if you can see here, there's 4 stacks that's facing Bartley Road. These are your not so ideal stacks. The other 4 stacks, they are facing southwards, away from Bartley Road. These would be your average stacks, or I'll call it the ideal stacks. Right? So the score for stack selection will be 2.5 over 5. So gathering all the different scores from the various factors, the overall score for Bartley View is 2.6 over 5. Now we hope that this project has been helpful for you in deciding whether Bartley View is the right project for you to go for. And if you are curious about other new launch projects, click here to watch our other review videos. Now don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified about new videos that are coming up, don't forget to click the notification bell. And I'll see you in our next review video. Bye!